Look at him. He looks so happy. Look, he just got caught with the hand in the cookie jar. He's got to go talk to Mom. Ugh. I'm sorry, Mom. It won't happen again, Mom.
I don't think so, but I'm not happy that Israel's going out now. These guys got to calm down. Ridiculous.
Guys got to calm down.
I didn't like plenty of things I saw yesterday. I didn't like the fact that Israel unloaded right after we made the deal. They didn't have to unload, and I didn't like the fact that the retaliation was I'm going now, as you know, to NATO. Some of you are going with me, and I think it's going to be successful. We'll see. I'll let you know.
I think it's going to be successful. We'll see. It doesn't sound too confident, does he?
So as soon as I get away from you, I'm going to see if I can stop it, okay?
I mean, he's at least not troubled enough to... He could totally blow by the reporters. He doesn't have to field their questions.
I think it's been completely demolished. I think the reason we're here is because those pilots, those B-2 pilots, did an unbelievable job. Pilots that put their lives in the line. CNN is...
He is taking personal offense on the behalf of the U.S. military. How dare you criticize our operation, okay? Do you not support our troops? How dare you? That is an insult. I can't believe the media would portray the Operation Midnight Hammer as anything but a smashing success. This is how they manufacture consent for whatever the government does, you know? You can't be critical of policies because being critical of policies means you don't support our troops.
Scum. And so is MSDNC. They're all... And frankly, the networks aren't much better. It's all fake news, but they should not have done that. Those pilots hit their targets. Those targets were obliterated, and the pilots should be given credit. They're not after the pilots, they're after me. They want to try and demean.
Sounds like you're using these pilots as a political weapon right now to rhetorically defend your actions.
Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there? Absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished. The B-2 pilots did their job. They did it better than anybody could even imagine.
Nobody's saying they didn't accomplish what was set before them by the policy planning committee in the upper echelons of the executive branch in the U.S. government. Donald Trump. We're talking about the formulation of the actual operation, not the execution. We know they did what they were supposed to do, but what they did not achieve any strategic military objective, which was your stated goal, sir. You said you were going to destroy the nuclear facilities in Fordo and Esfahan and Natanz, and you said they were quote-unquote totally obliterated. Why is there U.S. intelligence reports now surfacing that says none of the objectives were accomplished? And if anything, the enrichment capabilities of Iran is only months delayed now. But if you think about it, it's always been months delayed. How is that any different from where we were before this operation? They've been crying about Iranian nuclear capabilities being only months away for 40 years now.
And they hit that target with every one of those things, and that place
every
is
one
gone.
of those things. I'm sure when the U.S. military chief of staff got together, they were like, how many things do you want to throw at them? Donald Trump says we should have 5 things to throw at these Iranians. Like the Fox News guy was like trying to manufacture consent for the operation. He's like, the military is just so badass. This is what they did. Look, check this out. They came in through here. And he was like, the coming in and I'm not sure about the coming in and the coming out. I thought that was funny that that's how, like, obviously this guy's a military strategist. He knows all the fucking lingo, the coming in and the coming out of the operation. Clearly this guy is, he's wired in, okay? I'm talking about a Fox News analyst, by the way.
But when I see CNN all night long, they're trying to say, well, maybe it wasn't really as demolished as we thought. It was demolished. You take a look at the pin.
It's not coming from CNN, Donald Trump. It's coming from your own intelligence. It's coming from your own government, your own administration.
Correct. And you see, that place is gone. And I will say, I think CNN ought to apologize to the pilots of the B.
How dare you report on information that you received from my own administration?
I think that MSDNC ought to apologize. I think these guys really, these networks and these cable networks are real losers. You really are. You're real losers.
So is it just his personal vendetta against the media at this point? Like, is that why he's trying to get the word out? He's been watching the news and he sees how you're framing my little successful operation and I don't like it.
But I think CNN is a gutless group of people. And the people that run it, nobody even knows it's been sold so many times. But the people that run it ought to be ashamed. MSDNC, a guy named Brian Roberts, he heads it. He's a disgrace. He's a weak, pathetic
Brian
disgrace.
Roberts, he's naming them, so it's very much is unsettling him. Look, I'm the president, and I'm going after my political enemies. Brian Roberts, you just made the list.
Said that Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed to
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen.
See, now he feels, just psychologically speaking, he started coming in from the left, he's exiting right, and he walks up very tentatively, very much his body language is averse to the situation. It looks like negative energy, and he's able to assert himself against the media, Brian Roberts, etc., CNN, and he feels a lot better now. He feels more confident that he's gotten that out, and so now he can now he's revisiting the topic of Israel and Iran and and what's just transpired. And now he's giving us more confident answer. We're getting somewhere with Trump, like psychologically speaking. Now we can get the second iteration of his answer, and he can assert himself.
Before, the biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Oh my God, he said the F word. It's bad, guys. This is really bad. God, that swagger though. He's fucking Clint Eastwood or something. He's like Clint Eastwood meets John Wayne. I feel like I'm in a spaghetti western right now. Grandpa dropping the F-bombs. And then look, all the way out in diaper land, they clutch their tiny hats and they cry, "Why, Trump? Why did you drop an angry verbal bunker buster bomb on my Israel Chai people? Why would you insult Satan? That's so rude." Fox News' initial influence over Donald Trump's decision-making was clear in the initial days of Israel's war, but the post-strike criticism from America First advocates is now fueling the U.S. president's very public frustration with Israel. Might be a good read. Might be a good read on the situation. Donald Trump's extraordinary broadside against Israel on Tuesday, on one hand, marks a perhaps unprecedented moment of candor from an American president concerning the U.S.-Israel relationship. Remember, this is the bastion of liberal Zionism. This is Haaretz, the Israeli newspaper. So just take that into consideration when we're reading this. While countless presidents have undoubtedly been privately willing to vent about Prime Minister Satan Milikowski and his efforts to circumvent forced diplomacy, they have never been aired so crudely for the entire world to see in real time. Fuck Israel.